people? So we're back with another one. I hope you all been having a good start to the week and staying safe and staying free. Now, just a little disclaimer before we get into this one. Number one, don't try this at home. And number two, this isn't snitching. The police and the screws already know these methods. And number three, we're not promoting for anyone to go and take and do drugs. Now, this one is all about how drugs get inside of UK prisons. So let's get into it. Now, number one, if you use social media, I'm sure you would have seen a few methods already by people getting the drones and then flying it across down to the cell, and then the prisoners will retrieve it. Or if not, you might have seen when people just get the pack and just throw it over the prison, depending on the security of that prison as well. Now, number two is when the prisoners will manipulate or pay the screws to bring in the drugs, just like with anything else. Now, number three, this method is called banking, and you can only do this if you know you're going to prison. So when you're already in prison and you've seen a lot of people come in with it, is because they already knew that they was going to prison, and they've done this method which is called banking. And it's been around before all of this technology, and it still works to this day, even though yes, you do have to cough and squat in certain prisons, but if you know what you're doing, it's not going to come out. Now, what you do is buy a Kinder Egg, and you remove the packaging and take the chocolate off and, you know, the toy out of the inside, and you put whatever substance you want in the inside of the Kinder Egg, and you clip it back on. Now, you will then get clean film and wrap it around a few times, as before you pull it up your rear end, your bum hole, you know, you want to wrap it around in case it then opens up when it's inside of your body, whatever it is you're putting inside. Now, the size of this Kinder Egg, taking off the packet and, you know, the chocolate, is still quite some size with, you know, the actual cling film as well. Now, when you do this, you are putting your life at risk, as it might get stuck up there, might not come out, like if you don't know what you're doing. Now, with taking drugs inside a prison, which I've mentioned on one of my videos before, you really are playing with your life, as inside a prison, the screws, the guards don't care for your life as it is. And if you take a bad turn inside of your cell and, you know, your buzzer wasn't working or some form, or, you know, the screws couldn't be bothered to come and check on you and just leave it buzzing for hours, you really are playing with your life. Now, the other thing is as well, is that if you start taking drugs when you're inside a prison, it will get you into debt. And every person inside a prison that I've seen take drugs, basically when I was walking past their cell, you could see it was barely nothing in it. And when they used to come out, you know, with their dinners and desserts, they used to swap people for drugs. That's how bad it can get. Now, the other thing is too, with taking drugs inside a prison, it clouds your thinking. And when you're inside a prison, to be taking drugs, the last thing you want to be doing is, you know, your brain ain't fully there functioning with your thoughts. You want to be fully aware of your surroundings, as people will take advantage of this. Now, with this spice stuff, you don't have a clue in the world what you're doing, and I've never took it myself personally, but I've seen a lot of people take it, and it destroys lives. I've seen people take it inside a prison and then get released and still be addicted to that paper stuff. And that's true life talk. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Stay safe and stay free.